Okay, this is a 5-5, pretty easy, nice warm-up. So the goal here for these videos is for me to record myself doing what I'm trying to get better at. Critiquing myself, looking at my form, just get a feel. I plan on doing a climbing competition in a year and potentially doing like an Olympic lift. I'll get to that in the video. Olympic lift competition in a year. Uh, okay. Sorry about you'll see in these videos. I don't actually have a tripod yet. So okay, so this is a 510. I'll comment on it in a second. The I don't currently have a tripod, so I'm just using my phone propped up on a sweater. So the angles are kind of shit, but I'll get better. Uh, Better equipment. I've also cropped out my girlfriend who's belaying me. She just didn't want to be on video. So this 510 is actually pretty easy. I don't get the first hold, but the first hold is kind of like it's hard to describe. It's kind of like it's basically just like a cardboard box coming out of the wall, so it's pretty easy. And then all these crimps, they look really close to the wall because they are, but they're really good. They got good friction. Um, Actually, the starting hold is like where my right hand is right now. It's kind of a big, just deep box, so it works as sort of like a pinch. I get my feet crossed up here a little bit because of poor planning, but I rectify that pretty quickly. Get my left foot out there, and this whole climb is actually going super smooth. 510, I haven't climbed in about 6 months, and this just felt really good. But you're about to see me get gassed out. Let's see, I'm gonna make it to this big hold, which again, all these small holds just kind of wear you out. Like they're good holds. You can hang on them pretty easily as long as you got good body positioning. But I just get super gassed out. I guess I need to work on my cardio. Yeah, and so right here I'm gauging like, okay, the holds are fine. I can do the holds physically, but the next reach out to that upper hold right there would be bothersome. Okay, so this is another one where it's all the very first few holds are pretty cropped out. This is a 5-8, so this is a good step down. Kids usually are able to climb this after their first or second go. This I'm doing the blue one. Pretty decent holds. Uh, Actually, no terrible holds. Everything's a bit oversized, but actually, I'm doing this in the interim because off camera to the left, there's about 10 people in a 10 by 10 area, so it's a pretty small area, and they're actually kind of hogging, not hogging, but using a 510 that I want to climb. It's a nice red hold. You'll see a nice set of red holds. You'll see they're all 2 finger pockets. Um, so I'm just doing this one kind of real quick. I should be better at my form, but I was honestly just trying to kill time. You'll see here that I'm about to just kind of call it quits before I even finish the wall, and that's because I noticed to my left that they're done climbing the red. All right, and so this is the red one. Uh, as you can see, it starts off with big holes, but it quickly jumps down to like 2 finger pocket. Okay, here I'm just practicing some overhead squats. I got home, I climbed for about like an hour ish, and you definitely should not be doing. So I just learned these moves. I learned, quote unquote. I started seeing someone to help me with my form, and you probably should not be doing things like this when you're tired. But I tried filming it when I was being coached, but my phone was literally pointing at the ceiling the entire time. I just redid some of my lessons. So here, the form's is all right. The squat looks good, but you'll see as these progress, my form just starts to break down, and that's just because I was climbing for like an hour pretty hard, and you definitely should not push yourself past form breakage, especially when you're learning something. But I wanted to capture this on camera, and I know myself, so I don't think I got hurt. I should mention that I started doing this both because I follow two YouTube channels, Zack Telander and Clarence Kennedy. They're both into Olympic lifts. They do really well. They're pretty strong. And they just kind of got me psyched about it. It's also decent antagonist training. There's a lot of back. It works a lot of the back and legs. And in climbing, I mean, A, you need your legs in climbing, but B, your back tends to need work too in climbing. A lot of climbers will get rolled forward shoulders and stuff like that. That was really bad. If you just saw, the bar path is supposed to be straight up and down, so it should not be like a whole half foot away from your chest, but I'll get better. This is actually practice for what's called the snatch, if you want to look that up. In Olympic lifting, there's two lifts. Two main lifts. The snatch, and then there's a pair of lifts called the clean and jerk that count as one. This is the snatch practice. So the snatch is you basically pull it up from the ground, whip it up, and then put it over your head in one movement. So here I'm just trying to get a feel for what that transition. There's a transition moment right before you whip it over your head, where you're trying to get height. You want your elbows up high. And it just feels super uncomfortable, but it's just because I've never done that before. And obviously I'm sure that my form needs work. But I definitely have good mobility in my shoulders. I just have also pretty weak in my back. Yeah. I think that's going to do it for the commentary. I'll definitely try and upload weekly, or at least, I'll try and upload when I work out, but then at least weekly I want to have a video up just to track my progress.